Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I was really excited. I thought that was a fish.
It acted like one. I just wanted a real one into it.
It might be. Well, it could be a planer board doing that too.
Ain't no fish on it.
Fish under it, though.
No, there's a fish.
Shut up! There's a fish! Ah! Oh, yay!
That's not that bad either. It's on one of my better rigs. And we're getting snagged up, or maybe a fish on the other one. I think that's a snag. No, that might be a fish. Oh no, it popped.
Hey, look.
We had to go to 65 foot of water to find the fish. We were back in there, which is 30 foot of water, and there's tons and tons of bait, but nothing would bite our baits. And we're just about done. I'm going to have to take them back to the ramp, but at least we got a fish at the end of this quick trip. And this is Uncle Rudd's Catfishing. So check out the iCard above. That's his channel. Once I drop these guys off, him and his girlfriend, I'm going to probably fish some more and continue recording. But I guess I'm going to have to go to really, really, really deep water to find the fish. Show it to the camera real quick. Just
There he is.
yeah, 60 foot of water. Who'd thought they'd be that deep? And you said you've been having trouble getting them in the shallows, or I mean, in from the bank too.
Oh yeah.
It's been hard to get them from the bank.
Catfish do exist. I haven't caught one in like 2 weeks.
Oh wow, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's pretty good catfish. All right, let's let them go and here grow up to be 100-pounder someday. We didn't even think there was a fish on this one.
Let go.
You gonna swim?
Oh. I don't know if we need to burp him.
Let me see the belly.
Yeah.
I think he's fine. I mean, yeah, 60 foot. Here, let me try to release him or let go of you.
He ain't letting go.
Sometimes you just gotta. All right.
There we go. All right, he went belly up.
Launch him down.
Oh, okay. Well,
He said,
I hadn't had
And
that
he took
trick before,
off.
Billy. Never seen that one.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta give him a good launch. He wasn't too, aired up there.
You like my phone, though. Yeah.
All right. Well, see if we can get another one, or you guys will see me alone here in a moment. Well, goes to show things can change in a matter of hours. We were getting all kinds of bites when I had Uncle Rudd's Catfishing on the boat. This is basically a really, really steep and deep channel edge to the main river. I mean, I'm in 63 feet of water. I've actually gone to the side of that island, and it's 70 feet of water over there. Now, we were back in 30 to 40 feet of water back in there. That's a bunch of creek channels back there. It's an area where I've seen striped bass caught in just last weekend, and that's what we started out with today. We did about, an hour and a half of casting lures for striped bass and hoping they would bite. just throwing out a plastic and slow rolling it on the bottom like I did earlier this week for stripers in a different body of water. Now on the sonar, there was tons and tons of bait in there. So I'm guessing the stripers were just not biting today, or they're not in the area. They do move around a lot. After that hour and a half, we went back to a bridge that's back there and drug the entire area, seeing if there was any catfish there, and not a single bite. It wasn't until we hit the 60 foot of water when we started getting bite after bite after bite, and then we landed that one. I really don't know how well that part of the video is. This might have been a pretty bad start for a video, that clip of him fighting the fish, because we didn't think there was a fish on. It didn't look like it. I thought it might have been the planer board, but once he got it to the boat, there was a fish. Now the combination of that fish not really fighting and the bait being at 30 feet to 40 feet deep, pushed onto the bottom, it's not really a good day to fish. And as he said earlier, he hasn't caught a fish in 2 weeks from the bank. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but it was raining this morning. That's why I took a lunch before I came back and relaunched to try this area again. The rain has stopped and the clouds are kind of breaking up, but it's still a pretty cloudy day, and some of these clouds look like they might drop rain on me again, which I really hope it doesn't, because I left my rain jacket in the truck. But I'm going to continue dragging this really deep water for quite a ways. And then I might try shallow water again. And when I mean shallow, I'm going to go less than the 30 to 40 feet that we were in. I'm going to go under the bridge, back to the cove area that's way in the back where there's a bunch of crappie, or usually there's a bunch of crappie back there. And I'm going to drag my way out of there in that shallow water to see if I can get a catfish. I thought I had it figured out, but as you can see, I'm not catching anything else or getting any more bites in this deep water. Could be the change of weather, who knows? Uh-oh. Got a snag here. Coming right up onto a creek bed, too. Doesn't look like it's going to pop. I want to see if I can get this undone by getting to the other side of the snag. I think I broke it. Yep, broke my line. Thankfully, this is one of the rigs I needed to change out. Those two are the kind of the newer, better rigs, and this was the old spook that was getting a bunch of water in it. So now I gotta chase down my planer board, and then I think I'm going to go shallow and see if I can catch something there. At least the video's not skunked. And I can quickly re-rig using my rig wrap boxes, which have pre-made dragging rigs in them. I tied these a while back before I decided to change away from 3-ways, but I'm going to use the 3-way anyway for now. And I do have a new dragging rig to show you guys sometime in the future, so stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Now I got to figure out where my planer board went. Well, I'm back here in the shallower water and no bites yet at all. And it's not really that shallow either. It's 24 to 30 foot deep. way back there it was like, I don't know, 8 foot deep, and then it dropped off pretty quick to, I don't know, 20 feet. There's not much 4 to 8 foot water in this lake. And I will tell you what lake I'm in. I'm in Tellico, and this is the only lake where you can actually consume the catfish, where you can eat the catfish, as long as they are small catfish. The bigger catfish may have swam from Fort Loudon Lake into this lake. And Fort Loudon Lake is one of the most poisoned lakes around here as well. And so is Watts Bar and Milton Hill and every other lake around here. Now, the reason why you can actually eat the fish out of this lake is because they found the transformers that were dumped in the lake in the upper part of the lake, the river part of the lake, that were leaking PCBs into the lake, and they removed them years ago. And some of the more recent studies of the smaller catfish have found that they're clean now. And as you can see on this lake, it's mainly well-off people that have built homes next to the lake. So there's not much industry on this lake. From what I read, the industry is actually new. Most of the industry on this lake is newer, with the newer rules and stuff. So they're not dumping bad stuff into the lake. This is also one of the lakes that I need to learn for obvious reasons, because if you can keep the catfish to eat, well, maybe I could book some trips here if I can find the catfish. That one that was caught earlier was definitely one that could have been kept, and it would have made a good fish fry. Now, what I do normally on a day like this where I'm not catching any fish, I look at the Solinar calendar. And when I looked at it, it says 15%. It is a poor day to fish. That could be why I'm not catching anything. The bait earlier in the cove out there was pushed down to 30 feet or lower. So if I was in water like this, 20 feet, there was nothing. And I haven't seen anything on the sonar here. So it seems everything is laying low and not eating today. It is what it is. That's why they call it fishing and not catching. Now I'm going to give this... Now I am going to finish my drag to the end of this backwater area, and then I'll probably give up. This is definitely not going to be one of my better videos, but hey, I gave it a try. Fishing a new lake that I rarely fish. You would think this place would be loaded with catfish back here. Hello, geese. Come on, you gonna pop? It popped. Yay. I've had that happen several times. A lot of wood here. Probably crappie trees. Alright. I'm just about to the end of this drag. This big backwater area came from on the other side of those homes, around and all the way up here. And now there's a little bitty bridge I gotta go under to get out of here. So I'm going to reel these up and head back to the boat ramp, which the boat ramp is just like right over there on the other side of the road, on the other side of this bridge. Now before I do that, let me show you at least what I'm using here. I've done this before. I know I've done it several times, but you know, it never hurts. There's always new people watching the channel. This is a stern planer board. It's just meant to go out the back of the boat. And those are side ones, which pushes it to the side. I've got a Dirty South dragging weight. And I'm just using a barrel swivel, a really large barrel swivel. I've got it hooked directly on the barrel swivel. I've got a big piece of skipjack on here. This is an 8/0 Team Catfish double action circle hook. I got it straw snelled with a little leader line. This is 80-pound leader line. A couple of beads, which are Whisker Seeker beads, a Whisker Seeker rattle, and a Whisker Seeker EVA foam float. Say that 5 times fast. I like these because the catfish won't destroy it. If a catfish grabs this instead of like your bait, they won't, hurt it or anything like what they would for the, regular foam floats. And the line that I've got this all connected to is just 30-pound monofilament. I actually prefer Andy Monster line, which I will switch this to at some point. I change out my line about once a year. I've got a snag on that one. When I transport these, I try to take the sinker off. Makes life a little easier. And I've got little pouches that I keep the sinkers in. Score! Got it in the pouch. Okay, it popped out. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just, showing you me fishing and not catching anything, but at least a guest on the boat caught something. I will say he wasn't a paying guest. I just invited him out on the boat. He has, a YouTube channel. He's got about 300 subscribers right now. It'd be nice to see what happens as he grows as a YouTuber. This one got snagged again. That one got snagged so hard it actually popped the planer board. Planer boards have 2 clips. One of them is made to pop off whenever a fish gets it, or if it gets really snagged up really bad. Now, as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch my video. I really, really appreciate it. I really don't mind posting my struggles because it is a learning experience. And this lake right here, I definitely need to learn. Now, I was hoping for a bonus catfish while talking to you guys, but nothing's back here. So, thanks again for watching. I really do hope to see you next time.